If you're a mom who's postpartum and you're ready to make a comeback in your business, you're in the right place, because today I'm going to be sharing with you my plan for you to have a comeback in your business after you come back from maternity leave, after the newborn bubble is over, and have the best months in your business while you're postpartum, freshly postpartum. And I say this because I'm your postpartum business bestie, okay? Welcome to Rocking Chair Revenue. This is the show where I'm going to be breaking down the exact strategies that you can use to embrace the season of motherhood that you're in postpartum and make more rocking chair revenue in your business, whether you're a coach or a done-for-you service provider. So today I'm going to be actually breaking down how you can make rocking chair revenue the way I did when I came back from both of my maternity leaves. I have about to be a 2-year-old and about to be a 6-month-old. So I have 2 under 2, and each maternity leave has been different when I've come back, but both times I've been able to have more than 7K months. Both times. I don't know what it is with the number 7. And I want to share that with you today, like how I got there and how you can get there too. So a lot of the times what happens is when we come back from maternity leave, we have all of these ideas and we have the ways that we want to get back into business. And sometimes what I see in my business coaching clients is that you come back and there's no money sitting there. There's no interested clients. There's no momentum. And so you start to freak out and you feel like you have to go on Zoom calls again, and you're like, when is the baby napping? When am I not breastfeeding? When is the baby not on the boob? And I just want to eliminate all of that for you today and give you some really good ways that you can think about your offers, your marketing and your selling, and your mindset to be able to make rocking chair revenue if you are like 3 to 6 months postpartum. This video also might be really helpful to you if you've had a longer maternity leave, or if you've jumped back into business and it just didn't go as well as you had planned and you're like 12 months postpartum and you're still struggling to get back on the recurring revenue that you used to have. And so this video is also for you. So I have my notes here and we're going to get into these strategies. There's 3 main strategies that I want to go over with you today. And I do have like personal anecdotes and I have a lot of things that I want to share with you. And every time that I'm sharing a strategy, I'm going to keep it focused on the strategy. I'm going to break it down. Today, I'm breaking it down into 3 steps. And then later on in the show, if you stay to the end, we're going to get into what I'm calling the mom group chat. And I'm actually going to share with you like what I do, the realest of the real. And we can kind of get more into like tangents and me going off on stories and just kind of like sharing more vulnerably about where I'm at postpartum, like 6 months postpartum right now with 2 under 2. And just so that you know, you can like lock into these strategies right now, take your notes or take your mental notes and just enjoy the show because I'm going to be giving you steps broken down. And so here we go. So the 3 steps that I really believe that are going to lead you to making more rocking chair revenue immediately when you come back from postpartum, from your maternity leave, is going to be embracing rocking chair revenue. Then you're going to shift your offers to be making money straight from the rocking chair, really embracing the season that you're in your offer suite. And then the 3rd step is going to be to prioritize sales first. Sell first in your marketing. And don't wait. And don't wait. Just make it easy. Sell first. Alrighty? So what do I mean by point number 1? Embrace rocking chair revenue. So what I mean by that is you are in a season right now where it's going to look very different than how you were running your business before. You don't have hours of uninterrupted deep work. You don't have like maybe time to go to a co-working space or even like go out and work at a cafe and take your little lappy laptop. It's not going to look like that, okay? It's going to look like working in the pockets of time that you randomly have where you're not also taking that to take care of yourself, spend time with your partner, make a meal, take a shower. Like it's going to be very little time that you actually open that laptop. And of course, like a lot of these strategies are going to be things that you can do on your computer. I'm not saying that, but like you going into your office right now is not the priority. You can do all of this that I'm going to share with you in this video from your rocking chair with one hand, baby on the boob, or bottle feeding a baby, one hand, and just your phone. And usually you're going to be working in like 15 to 20 minute short bursts. And so that's what this whole rocking chair revenue plan, if you will, is based off of. So you're going to think of it like anything that you can do from your phone is the way that you're going to make money. It's not that you need to make money and sales and marketing content in the times when the baby is actually sleeping in the bassinet or like went down for bed and is giving you a 2 or 3 hour stretch at night, and you can go into your office and, bang out some reels where you actually look nice. Like, because if you keep thinking that that's the way you're going to make money, you're going to delay and delay and delay and delay and delay. Okay. And I am not going to let you delay here, my friend. Like I said, I'm your postpartum business bestie, and I'm the most delulu that you can come across. If you say to me you want to make the most money you've ever made postpartum, I say to you, this is how you can do it. I'm not going to look at you like you're crazy. I'm going to be like, yeah, very possible. You are a powerhouse, and things just need to be different. So I want you to romanticize the fact that you're making money from the rocking chair. What that means is you are looking unpolished in all of your marketing. Okay. You're not waiting to look good. You are making sure that your offers are deliverable through voice notes and texts and not Zoom calls. You're thinking about your marketing strategies like going on threads and having text only strategy so that you can run your business while you're in the rocking chair, not waiting until you can get out of the rocking chair, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there. Okay. Take it from someone who is raising 2 littles who are, under 2 years old right now. I'm still in that rocking chair for my 2-year-old. All right. And so romanticize it. We are so lucky that we can make money like this. Embrace it, romanticize it, be like, oh my gosh, I'm having the time of my life. And don't think about what you can't do. Think about what you can do, which is you can make money straight from that rocking chair, mama. All right. So this isn't necessarily to say that you need to work every single time you're breastfeeding the baby, but let me tell you, if you can make a sale while you're breastfeeding that baby, your mind's going to be blown. You're going to be like, holy shit, I just voice noted back and forth in the DMs, so little back and forth with a client, and like signed, invoice sent. You got to have Stripe on your phone. You got to have PayPal on your phone. You got to be able to do these things on your phone. Like, set yourself up for success, and I guarantee you it's going to blow your mind. All right, so now what are you going to be selling? Let's go to point number 2, which is shifting your offers to fit the season that you're in and really shifting them to bring you that rocking chair revenue, which is so much easier on the client delivery side of things. So I'm going to break down for you 4 different offers that you can do if you are a coach or a service provider in this time that you're in, like 3 to 6 months postpartum, to make high cash months or make even higher cash months than you were before easier and straight from the rocking chair. Okay. No Zoom calls. You don't have to go and do your regular done for you services that you definitely need quiet. You definitely need time without the baby to be able to deliver. Like, if you do not want to do that in this, if you want to do it, go for it. But if you don't want to do that in this season, or you want to be smarter about the way that you're making money to make more of it with less stress, honestly, of trying to get away from the baby, because as moms, like, we don't want that. We just don't want that. It's like so stressful to try to organize that and everything. So I'm here for you with these 4 different offers that you can start offering, even if you've never offered anything like this before. So number 1 would be a one-on-one coaching package that is 3 months long, and it's going to be voice and text only with reviews if you want to be reviewing people's stuff as well. And you don't need to charge any less for this without doing calls. So even if you offered calls before, don't bring it up. Don't make it a thing. Like, start selling them having you in their back pocket, and I think of it as like back pocket coaching, like a concierge type thing where they can text you Monday through Friday. They can send you voice notes. You send them voice notes back. You can review their stuff if you want to include that, and you do not need to be on Zoom calls. Okay. Then you can do Telegram intensives or Voxer or Slack. Anytime you're doing like asynchronous support, you could do this on Voxer, Slack, Telegram, like wherever you want to have it. I wouldn't recommend like social media platform like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, because it could just get muddled up with like all of your other social activity and marketing activity. So I do Telegram. So it's like Telegram intensives can be 2 hours long. And the way you used to do a strategy session would be your Telegram intensive. So it's like, instead of doing 60 minutes or 75 minutes or 90 minutes on a strategy session, you are actually going to move it to Telegram or Voxer or Slack, and you're going to be with them for 2 hours. You're going to sell it at the same price, and you're going to get it done. You're going to knock out the strategy with them. This is really good for done for you service providers, because if you are a podcast editor, let's say, and you don't want to do that right now because you're like, holy moly, that's a lot of attention to detail. And like, my attention to detail, I want to be for my baby, but I want to get back into business and I want to start making money. Okay, offer strategy sessions, but via voice note. Okay? So that you can actually still be in the flow with your baby or with your partner or whatever you're doing that day, and you can serve your client in a 2-hour span with voice notes going back and forth. Trust me, this is still so valuable for your client. I do these all the time and they work really well. You want to jump in, just like a little tip is, you want to jump in that Telegram, open it up and say like, let's get clear on the number one thing that you want to leave today with after these 2 hours, no matter what we talk about. That way you can knock that out first and then leave the rest of the session for wherever you go from there. Your clients will be very happy that they received that deliverable. Now, something else that I want to bring up with the Telegram intensive is that, and like all of your coaching offers, is that you can have a form on Airtable, on Google Forms, like Typeform, whatever you currently use for your forms, and get all of their business info before, so that you can read it like the night before, or honestly 5 minutes before, if that's like the way you're rocking, if your newborn is giving you a time and a half, so that you're prepared and you can like already go in with your ideas. I do strategy notes as a follow-up after, and what I do is, instead of like the way I used to do things before I was a mom, going into Google Docs and like typing up everything and formatting it the way that I think my client would really benefit from having those strategy notes, I actually just voice note into ChatGPT immediately after the intensive is over, so that I don't forget anything. And I just tell them what we worked on, what happened, what were the breakthroughs, and then they just write for me up the strategy notes, and I just send that document. I look at it, I check it, and I send it to the client. And this makes it so easy to have strategy sessions, because I know some of you are over there thinking like, Taylor, the strategy sessions are not the problem. It's the follow-up with the strategy notes that like, I no longer have like the time and the headspace and the organization and the focus to do that. You don't need to do it. Have ChatGPT do the notes for you. So that's how I do it with voice note into ChatGPT. Now, you can also make an audio-only mini course or audio-only membership. I'm rocking the audio-only membership right now, and it is so fun. It's called Naptime Sales. I'll tell you a little bit more about that and like my decision-making process and how I run it over in the mom group chat at the end of this video. But for now, I'll just keep it focused on you and the strategy that you can take, which is, instead of being like, oh my God, I want to teach this thing, or I want to sell something passive, but I can't right now because I can't make the slides, make the modules, set up my video camera, like do all that right now, which like I hear you, and you should not stress yourself out and do that. You should just open Telegram or open Slack and make a specific channel for a mini course and just have them be all audio modules. It's just an audio mini course. It's beautiful. I've actually taken them before, and it's so easy for you to implement. You could just talk into ChatGPT, kind of like riff out your notes and like how you want to make it, how you want to do different modules with different lessons. And you could honestly make this mini course in a day or in a week, like however long it takes you is not the point. I'm just saying that it's very easy to do this kind of mini course and then have that to sell. And you could use this as a downsell. Like if people don't want to do the one-on-one coaching with you right now, if they don't want to do the Telegram intensives, you could be like, okay, but I actually do have this mini course on how to do XYZ, or how to set yourself up as XYZ. Or, you know, like it could be something with, maybe you're a nutrition coach and it's a mini course on how to have a low cortisol, like rebalance your hormones with nutrition. And so go ahead and do that audio mini course. I like really recommend you do that. Or you could make it into a membership. And again, I'll get into that more so in the mom group chat. So the fourth type of offer that you could do, this is really to offer somebody like a niche thing, a way to work with you with, they have something specific, which more people want to do like bite-sized offers than you think. And so like, don't be afraid to put a bite-sized offer out there, which is Loom reviews and audits. If you're really good at analyzing someone's material or analyzing their food journaling, like how their macros, if you're really into like grabbing data from looking at your clients' things and actually getting into the nitty gritty, like more granular stuff with them, looking at their email marketing, doing a complete audit on their YouTube channel, of their podcast, you can actually like sell these and serve them again asynchronously. You don't have to be live with them in any capacity. Have them fill out a form of like what they want to know from you, where they want to grow, what their goals are. And then you do the audit, and you could do a Loom video when you have time to like crack open that computer, or you could just do an audit and send them the notes, or send them open up a Voxer chat with them and go back and forth with your thoughts. You can make it so flexible. This is going to be so cool if you want to do bite-sized offers and you know that your audience like needs you to look at a launch plan, post-launch. They need you to look at their whole funnel, like whatever you do, this is going to be really, really cool. So those are the offers that I would do to shift into making rocking chair revenue. That has nothing to do with being on Zoom calls. That has, nothing to do with done for you services that are that intensive, unless you do want to do your done for you service at that time. If you're a social media manager and you find that it's actually like really easy to do your job, like yes, of course, get back into it. So just a note on this that I will go into in the mom group chat as well, keep your prices the same. Do not underprice yourself because you're taking away calls or taking away the live aspect of it. Don't do that. Charge the prices that you want to charge. I did that. I just charged the same price and took away 2 calls per week with my clients, and per month. And I moved to bi-weekly calls instead of every single week. And they were, it was an adjustment. They were like, whoa, I wish I could have 4 calls a month with you, but I'll take it. And in no way, shape, or form did I offer them a discount or like a reduced price. It's just the same transformation. And I told them how I'd be there for them, how we'd make sure that they get the same exact results, and that I'm available to chat with them. Even though it's not on a call, I'm available in Slack for them. And of course it was a yes. So really just lead with confidence and lead with your same old prices. Now, the third and last thing that I want you to do when you're getting back into it from maternity leave, like if you took 8 weeks off, if you took 4 weeks off, if you took 12 weeks off, 16, whatever it is for you, when you come back, I want you to prioritize selling first. And you might think, like, the whole reason I put this in here is because like I see a lot of the time is that people think they need to like regain authority and like show up online and like remind people what they do, remind people who they are. I don't care if it's been a whole year. My first maternity leave, I'll get into this in the mom group chat. I won't take time right now, but I actually like ghosted my email list and my Instagram, basically like disappeared from social media the whole time I was pregnant and maternity leave. So it had been like a year. It'd been like a year, and I came back and had a 7.7K month. So don't talk to me about it. You do not need to come back on and like reestablish your authority and educate and nurture. Like just get back into selling. This will serve you so much. And so here's how to do this. You need to start making offers with what you have available. And I would do an announcement. Like I'm so into the announcement. Announce I'm back. I tell my birth stories every time. I'm like, here's what's going on with me. Like be back. But what I'm saying is don't then be like, okay, so for the next 2 weeks, I need to like start talking again about what I do and like all the value that I bring. I need to like make a client results post to remind people that I can get them results. No, just say you're back and say I'm open for business and make the offers. I did an email when I came back the first time, like with my oldest, and I immediately signed 2 clients. I did not take sales calls. I said, I'm open for one-on-one coaching. Here's how it works. And here's the application. It was in a Google form. And from that one email itself, I signed 2 high ticket clients. They then ended up signing with me and signing with me and signing with me for the next 2 years. They've been with me that whole time, right? And so the amount of monthly recurring revenue they brought into my business from just that one email of being like sales forward, like I'm back, here's how you can work with me, I would really recommend that with you. It's crucial. And then obviously on Instagram or wherever you are on socials, TikTok, Threads, you want to go back and be like, I'm back and here's how you can work with me. That's it. Here's how you can work with me. List it out, list the prices, like just be upfront with people. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just go in with your former clients and you're gonna make offers to them as well. So if, let's say nobody bites, let's say you send out the email, you make a post, you're on TikTok and you make a couple, like you show your face on stories or you're on Threads and you're like, hey, I'm back, here's how to work with me. And let's say no one bites or you only get one client and you really wanna max this out, right? You wanna be making rocking chair revenue, let's go. Okay, so what you can do is you can send a former client's email or just personally text with people. That's like more so what I do. And I just say, hey, here's what I want to do. I only want to open this up for former clients since I already know you and I already know your vibe and your goals and we've already like gotten really great results before. And I have this very interesting thing that I think that you will be extremely good for and ready for. Let me know if you want in. Here's the price. And you'll be so surprised like how many former clients want to work with you again if you actually personally reach out to them. And they'll be so excited to like catch up with you. How's the baby? How was birth? Like how was labor? How have you been since pregnancy? And maybe you're already in conversation with a lot of them because you stayed friends with them. Just get back in there from a coaching or service provider perspective and you'll be surprised how many people will jump back on that. All right, so those are the 3 ways that you are going to make the most money with your rocking chair revenue in your postpartum comeback season in business. I'm so excited for you. Just to recap, it's embracing rocking chair revenue in this season, shifting your offers to fit the season that you're in, with the client delivery being as flexible and easy as possible, and then prioritizing your sales first when you get back on the marketing train, so that you're not waiting and delaying and trying to build back up momentum. You just are the momentum. You're like, hey, I'm back. Here's how you can work with me. Now, let's get into Mom Group Chat, where I'm kind of going to be showing you a little bit more like behind the scenes. Every single time that I do a video, the Mom Group Chat is going to be where the real ones are. If you've stayed this long, you definitely want to know more of the behind the scenes of like how I came up with those strategy points and some of the mistakes that I made, some of the things that I've learned, and also just like how I am as a mother, like things that might interest you, you know? So let's go. Let's just start the Mom Group Chat where we all know that it gets realer than what we put out there on social media or the things that we want other people to learn from us. And so in this Mom Group Chat, I'm going to be sharing I'm going to be vulnerable. Okay. So the first thing that I wrote down to share with you all is a little bit about this show, first and foremost. So this is Rocking Chair Revenue, and my intention here is to be your postpartum business bestie. I said it during the video. I'm saying it now in the group chat. Like, that's my intention. I want to be so delulu with you. I want to be so real with you at the same time, but like, tell you that you can dream big and show you the how behind it, because I've had the best time in my business postpartum. I feel like it lights me up even more. I have such a deep purpose with my kiddos, and I know that you do too. And at the same time, like, I love making money just as much as I love being a mother. And if that's you, you're definitely in the right crowd, and I want you to stay here and I want you to watch this show because I'm making the episodes for you. I always say my business is my me time. And if you feel like that too, where you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to just like work on my business. I can't wait to just get in a dark room, breastfeed my baby, have a contact nap, be nap trapped, and like go and do this thing on my phone because I know it's going to make me money and I know I'm going to be helping my clients. And I love being in the online world. I love being in my industry. Like, I love chatting it up on Threads, yapping with the girls. Like, this show is definitely for you, and it's going to be your new favorite thing to watch on YouTube. And if you're like the type of person like me where you love popping in your earbuds, either listening to an audiobook or throwing on a YouTube or a podcast, I want to be that show for you. I want to be like your postpartum support show. Mine was like like during my second maternity leave, when my baby was like, I would say 0 to 6 weeks, my postpartum support show was The Resident. It's a show about a hospital. And it was very much like, I don't know, it was like a moment when it actually ended. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Do I rewatch it? But it was actually just time to move on and not be watching so much TV because my baby was getting older and I was ready to come back to life. So I want to be your postpartum support show in the personal development kind of like section of your brain where like I know you love learning, and I'm going to be sharing like so many strategies with you, as well as just like the emotional side here in the mom group chat segment in each video. So always stay till the end, okay? Because you never know what you're going to get. And so without further ado, let's just get into the content of the mom group chat. So my first maternity leave, I truly learned how easy it is to come back with your energy and just splash back onto the scene and start coaching clients. Like, don't overthink it, okay? I am like guilty as charged if I start overthinking things. And with ChatGPT, it's so easy to like get into over planning mode. I want to make like a big what's the word? Like a big warning that you can get stuck in ChatGPT, and don't do it. Don't like go there and, riff and get all your notes together and get all your plans and what kind of brand you want to have and what kind of year you want to have and everything like that, and content ideas, but then get out. You have to get into the action, okay? Like you can't spend your whole life in ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is going to validate you and say, you have amazing ideas, and you're going to like keep coming back for more because you're going to be like, oh my God, this is genius. And yes, it is, but also you need to get into action. And I would spend a lot of time in my rocking chair this second maternity leave. And now, because the first time I didn't have ChatGPT, but the second time I did, and I would just like, that was my favorite thing to do. And I'm not saying that it was wasted time, but I am saying that I definitely like got caught in overthinking in these last 6 months. I'm 6 months postpartum right now. I think today, actually, yes, the 26th. I'm 6 months postpartum officially, and I would say that I have bursts of taking action, but then when I'm not taking action, I'll be like, and am I spending a lot of time in ChatGPT? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. So like, don't get stuck there, okay? Because I'm just being real with you. I get stuck there. And it's like our little like safety bubble, like, oh, ChatGPT thinks I'm awesome, thinks that I have like the best ideas. And it's like, you do, but like, let's also see how the internet feels about that. Let's like actually go and help people and serve our clients and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So when I came back, like I told you, I got those 2 clients from that one email, and then they ended up bringing me monthly recurring revenue for the next 2 years in my business. So it was like clutch to have them as clients. Now, I kept emailing, and what I would do is I only had one child, so I would baby wear her, and I would crack open my laptop, and I knew I had about like 50 minutes to an hour of work time where I could clickety clack and just kind of like sway back and forth, the baby sway. She was on my chest, and I was just like clickety clack, and I would send like 2 to 3 emails per week. And that's how I got back in like the selling flow, because prior to that, I had been off Instagram and email, like I said, for 1 whole year. So don't let it get to you if you're like, oh, it's been a while. Like I took like a pre-maternity leave. It's okay. I did too. But the point is you're back and you're making a comeback, and I'm here for you, and I'm here to help guide you and be there for you and cheer you on and support you and not call you crazy and be like, you got this, girl. You got this more than you think, way more than you think. The second mat leave, I came back and I re-signed those actually 2 clients. I re-signed them for a 6-month package, and I had 3 clients who were still on a payment plan in a group program that I was actually in the process of shutting down, but their payment plans were still happening. And so that's how, again, I made over $7,000 in my very first month back from mat leave. But the thing there is that I had a group program. So I had one of the graduates, if you will, one of the like star students that I had in the group program. I paid her $500 a month to be the co-coach for me, and then take over when I was on mat leave, and it worked out really well. And when I came back, she was like, hey, I'm still here. Like if you need to pay me, or if you need to like pay me for halftime or anything like that for me to be of assistance for you in this time when you're like coming back from the newborn bubble, And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. My cat is probably gonna try to get in here in like every single video that I do in rocking chair revenue. So my cat's name is Biggie Smalls. So I just wanted to share that with you to say that, like, if you also have a group program, like, get support, get a support coach. Oftentimes our students are the best support coaches because they already know like the frameworks and they've already been through everything. And they already have trust with the people in the group. And like, I don't care who you are, but like, that's actually like a big, a big factor is that, you know, your clients do want someone who they already know, like, and trust when you bring on a support coach. So that's actually like really helpful advice for anyone who's like, hey, I have a group program, I don't know what to do during mat leave, or when you're already back from mat leave and you're like, oh, I don't want to be full-time back in every single group call of the group coaching program that I have. And so that's my advice for you, like, get a co-coach, get a support coach. And okay, here's the real of like my household. The first time I had mat leave, when I came back, we had just started with a nanny who was coming 3 times a week, and she would also meal prep for us on Mondays. So like on Mondays, she would go to the market for us, meal prep. On Wednesdays and Fridays, she would like help with cleaning, and sometimes she would help me with the baby, but not until like, I would say the 3-month mark. And this mat leave, totally different situation. She's been with us for almost 2 years. You know, she had been with us 6 months ago. Okay, that was 1.5 years. And we already bumped her up to 5 days a week. And so she was able to take on my toddler like heavily, and I was able to be with the baby and be running my business. And the thing is that we also now have a housekeeper. It was just too much, and we just like really embraced asking for the help and hiring the help. And like with my online income, and my husband is an entrepreneur as well, like we are fortunate and we are grateful to be able to be at the level where we have a housekeeper and we have a nanny. And so we have multiple versions of help. Our housekeeper does the laundry, makes the meals, and keeps our house clean. And so like that as well has opened up like a whole other level of ease and relaxation, and me being able to just be with baby and like not worry about that stuff. And that was like the best postpartum ever. And I was co-sleeping this time, so I was like much more comfortable. And I just told my husband, listen, I'm sorry, but you can't be in the bed. I just get way too nervous, and I'm gonna sleep with the baby. And that me being able to be so upfront with what I needed and my needs and my intuition was no doubt the reason why I had such an incredible postpartum experience this time. Whereas the first time I was like barely keeping my head above water, guys. I was so nervous for this second baby, like, and the postpartum season. I was like, is this gonna take me down? And I was like, this is definitely my last child. Like, I can't do this more than this last time. And then when I had the perfect, not perfect, that's like, but honestly, nearly close to perfect postpartum, I'm like, oh my God, I could do this 70 more times. But like, I don't know. I still don't know. We're kind of like up in the air on whether to have more kids, but it was just so healing, that second child. I know like a lot of us have that second child healing experience, both in labor and postpartum and just everything. So that's just like a little bit of what was going on in my household when I had this like comeback season in my business. And then a couple of like systems that I had that worked were, again, bi-weekly calls for my clients instead of weekly calls. And then I would do on Wednesdays only. Like, I still do this. My calls are on Wednesdays. If it's not a Wednesday, it's not a call day. And so like, I don't have the stress of like pumping around the clock and making sure I have bottles and everything like that. And it honestly works out because I just know like on Wednesdays, I'll have 1 or 2 calls or max 3, and I will use the Haka. And maybe I'll pump with my Mom Cozy wearables. I tried the Spectra, guys. I'm just not into it. I don't care how good the suction is for some people. It was the same. I tried it a couple times. It was the same exact milk as the Mom Cozy's wearable. So I was like, yeah, definitely going with the wearables. And sometimes I do that. Or I will just use the Haka. I'm like a Haka queen, and I will just collect milk on the other side while I'm breastfeeding her. And so she always has a couple ounces for like when I'm on a Zoom call for an hour, she being the nanny. And both my babies have been a little bit like with taking bottles. It's hit or miss. My first one, we just quit because she was literally adamant about it. At around 4 or 5 months old, she just stopped taking the bottle. And so I just, at that time, like I would breastfeed right before a Zoom call and I would breastfeed right after usually. Like I couldn't time her naps. Like it just wasn't going to be a thing. And so, and I had like such minimal calls on my schedule. Whereas this time she is taking the bottle. It's hit or miss. Some days she's definitely defiant and she like goes on strike, but pretty much I know that she eventually will have milk. And now she's 6 months, so she's like starting solids as well. But again, only calls on Wednesdays. So like I highly recommend just having a day of the week where you take calls, where you can get childcare. You could have your partner look after the baby, or, you know, if you have your mom, your mother-in-law, like whatever kind of support you have, or daycare. Hey, like, you know, a lot of people put their kids in daycare and that's great. So have your call day. Baby wearing while working obviously is always going to be like chef's kiss when you're in like the early months. So definitely like take that on. If you do not know how you're going to do this, and get some time where you're like looking at a computer screen to do some of the admin stuff that is required, baby wear, like get on it, find a wrap, find a carrier that works for you, and like get into baby wearing. They love it. And then some other things that I did were a power hour at night I started doing this time around, which is like I literally just put the two girls to bed. My husband and I do bedtime together, and then we like go, either we like watch a little bit of a show or we eat dinner together, and then I open my laptop and I do a power hour of like undisturbed, like the house is quiet. I sometimes do my best work. It depends on how tired I am. Sometimes I just do things that like I need to get done, and then I'm just like, boop, shut the laptop, hit the hay. But other times I'm like, I'm really into it. I'm doing my best work. So I actually started a free co-working Zoom room for moms who work after their kids go to bed. And I call it Moms Co-working After Bedtime. We've been running for a couple months now. I'll put the link in the description. Please come and join us. And then also what I did with my offers, I let go of my group program. I knew I was going to do this like while I was pregnant and on maternity leave. I knew I was like gearing up to actually let go of this like weekly group coaching call, unlimited copy reviews for me to look at people's emails and socials, and Monday through Friday Slack support. Like it was just a lot, even though I only had like max 8 clients in there at a time. So it wasn't like a huge program, but I knew I was going to let go of that. So like I just let go of that. And instead now I'm doing an audio only membership. This is what I was telling you in the main segment of the episode, which is like, I was thinking about toying with doing a mini course audio only, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to make it a monthly membership. And I just voice note them usually like 3 to 5 times a week. And I share nap time sales secrets. So my heavy hitter habits that I do to make sales from the rocking chair, like, you know, everything that I'm about. And it's so great. It's $100 a month. And right now I have 6 ladies in there, and they're all at different points in their postpartum journey. Again, I'll put the description below if you want to join us. And I am in their ear with like, okay, do this prompt. Think about this in your sales conversations. Think about this in your offers. Like, why do people actually want it? Why do they object? Or why is nobody paying attention to you right now? Like, I just help them postpartum in their business make more sales. And I love it. I love that I just decided like, I don't need to have a whole membership on Mighty Networks or Circle or School, like any of these platforms. I could just be a Telegram channel, $100 a month, and I can charge for that. And I can just be like myself and just voice note. Hey, like I, voice note my friends all day long on a stroller walk. Like, why can't I just like make money like this? And that was really cool for me to step into. And I invite you to do the same thing if that's kind of your like zone of genius is your voice. You don't have to, do anything that's extra difficult in this season. You could just have what you want to have. Like you could just deliver how you want to deliver the transformation. It's all up to you. And then I did take on a client who needed launch support. So again, like I mentioned in the main segment, you can have like little niche bite-sized offers. And she was like, hey, can I pay you to do launch support? And that's a $1,500 client for me. So when I say bite size, I don't mean like that it has to be like $100. I just mean bite size, and like there's a beginning and there's an end, and there's like a specific deliverable, and it's not like this like one-on-one mentorship, access to you, or done for you service where you're like giving. Like I was just doing reviews of all of her emails, her ads, her webinar. I was looking at everything, guiding her, giving her mindset, like a lot of mindset, because that's what you need during launches. And like she inquired to me about this, so I can't tell you that like I went out and sold this, but I was able to just be like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm like in a season where I really want to do this. So thank you for reaching out. And here's what it would be. Here's what it includes. Here's the price. It was in the DM. She was like, yep, I'm sold. I sent her the invoice and we started. So I just, again, giving you permission, giving you kind of like the behind the scenes of how it happened for me. And just like my big takeaway for this mom group chat is like, it's going to be messy. Okay. It's going to be messy. It's not always your kid's going to like, maybe not take a bottle and it's going to stress you out, and just take it day by day, take it week by week, and be flexible. Like you want your sales to be flexible. You want your client delivery to be flexible. You want your marketing to feel flexible. You are the one who has to be flexible. You have to be the one that's like, okay, usually I'm rigid, or I would do it like this, or I have it in my mind that like successful people have to show up this way, or they have to include this, or clients only want this in 2025. Just forget that. You be super flexible. You create the momentum. You sell, prioritize selling, get back on the bandwagon with selling, and start taking clients. You can absolutely do this. Remember, I'm going to be here making videos for you with this rocking chair revenue show. It's going to be a YouTube show and a podcast eventually. Like, give me time to set up the podcast portion of this, but it's always going to be me being your postpartum business bestie. Okay. So I am always going to give you the ideas. Comment below the questions you have, the challenges you have. If this video inspired you, if you're going to take any of this and actually go and implement it, like I want to know. I'm building a community here with you. You are a part of it now that you've watched this one video. Yeah, this one video, and now you're a part of this. You cannot leave. No, I'm serious. Like I really want to have this community be 100% like about you, about the problems that you have, about the things that you desire, the business goals that you have now that you're postpartum, and like how everything has changed, how you want to show up as a mother but still serve your clients and still make money and be able to provide whatever kind of lifestyle you want for yourself, for your partner, for your kids. Like this is your place to dream about it. This is your place to plan about it. This is your place to implement. And honestly, I just want to see you all up in the comments. Okay. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.